So today we are going to look into the parenting life of one of our most valuable clients. She's Dr. Nadwa. I welcome Nadwa to today's discussion. Okay, and
Thank you.
so to brief about Nadwa, she is Dr. Nadwa Nalagat and a tutor at MES Medical College, currently residing at Edakkara, Kerala. Again, to mention, she is the mother of 2.5-year-old Rui. Rua, right? You call her Rui.
Yes.
Okay. And can you add on to your intro, Nadwa?
Okay. A Crink fellow parent since May 2023. First and foremost, I thank Crink team for having me here, for giving me this opportunity to speak my heart out, and I appreciate all that you are doing for fellow parents across the world. My husband is Dr. Fawaz. He's a pediatrician at MS Medical College.
Okay, and having the opportunity to mentor you through Crink, I can say that you are a highly aspirational woman, whether it be in career or in personal life. And I guess it's your aspirations as a role, in the role of the mother that brought you to Crink, right?
Yes, of course. Uh,
Okay, so once again, welcome to the discussion. Shall we go ahead with the questions?
yes, we
Okay.
can.
So, being your parent mentor, I know that how busy your life is. To the viewers, Natwa, can you just explain how packed your life is and how is a life as a doctor, the challenges that you face in your role being a
Oh,
mother, doctor mother?
yeah. So, like every working parents, it's all packed. Having a toddler, working as doctors, teaching medical students, then what doing clerical works that comes in our department, running a home, attending to family, managing my house help. All of this keep me busy all day, every day. Uh,
Said about how
so,
that is exactly true. We may think that, okay, we have a help at home, but then managing that is quite a tough role.
yeah, yeah. Instructing them things to do, things not to do. So all of these kept me busy all day, every day. But Alhamdulillah, I am at peace with myself and things around, and I owe it to my village, my parents who provided me with immense support throughout my parenthood journey, my spouse for supporting my life choices, my sister being a second mom to my kid, and my kid for understanding me like no one. And I owe this to Kring also because there was a session called Blending Family and Career that helped me realize two things. First one, I cannot have it all. I'm not a superwoman. I cannot do it all. I don't have to do it also. Whenever I tried to be a super mom, I ended up doing nothing, being very unproductive and feeling frustrated for and releasing that frustration to my child and people around. So that one line helped me a lot to juggle this family, career, and everything.
That
And
is
another,
that is a realization that we all need because when we run around the superwoman kind of tag, then we fail at everything that we are targeting. But then setting realistic expectations and working towards that is the primary thing, right?
yeah, and the other thing in that involved was in that session was our children do not need 24/7 parenting. That's so true. That helped me overcome the guilt for not being available to my kid whole time, like 24 into 7, for not being available whenever she feels like having me. Also, taking some me time for myself, doing some self care activities, and it gave me a lot of confidence for doing all of that. Also,
Exactly. What
uh,
this foundation that we need, because at times most of the people whom I talk to, they all feel like they are doing something for themselves. Means that is again a guilty feeling that they are not spending the time for the children.
yeah,
But to be
even
the
I was in that. Even I was feeling the same. I was drowning in guilt. But
yeah.
that one session gave me a lot of insight that I have to delegate my chores. I have to ask for help from family, from my spouse. I have to make adjustments. It's not just me who have to do everything, who, who should act like a superwoman and end up feeling frustrated and all drained. So that session was something that gave me a lot of enlightenment. And about Rui for being such an understanding kid, it was not just happened in a day. The sessions like positioning my mind helped me uh, be strong myself, having my pickup listed, glucose treatments made, and also attending sessions like discipline with compassion, discipline without compulsion, building the bond. I could make a strong connection with my kid, and I could acknowledge her properly about the things happening, about her feelings, and that helped me communicate with her a lot. And that eventually made help her to understand me well. Even mama has so and so things to do, mama is leaving for such things, she'll tell me okay at last. Even though she feels sad, she accepts it. And I think that was a constant process, that 3 months old Crink journey that helped me do that, and that helped her to reciprocate back.
Yeah, I remember helping you out with the morning separation, right? Initially,
Yeah,
but then we cracked it at last.
yeah.
So, Nadwa, being a doctor, what do you think, being a doctor mom, what is your greatest challenge?
First one, I am just an MBBS graduate. So, like every doctor's, having a PG, being a PG resident is one of my biggest aspiration. So, back when I was during COVID time, I was that COVID batch who graduated that time. So, and I got pregnant soon after that. So as COVID came with a lot of uncertainties, I dropped the plan for PG because after having a baby and working will not be something that will, and it was very uncertain back then. So I decided I'll stop preparing. I will do some work and we'll see what world has in store in coming years. I thought like that. So I stopped my preparation. Though I was working deep inside, I always wanted to prepare for this exam. But postpartum also was different, that I was not in a state to do my preparations. So I always procrastinated that and, ended up feeling guilty that I'm not doing well in my career like that. So as doctors, once a doctor like me, like who is an PG aspirant and also working, we and also being a parent, we find really very difficult to get ample time for everything and take everything in a proper way and manage everything.
That
So
time-wise and also the mental load that we carry, right?
yeah, yeah, everything was overwhelming.
And as a working mother, I guess we go through different phases, right? One day we feel like we'll be completely on track, but then the next day we feel like we are completely out of track and we are, a bad mother or a bad professional. So,
Mm.
I remember like when your baby was 6 months, you started working and then you stopped. There was a incident like that, right? So, what
Yeah,
made
yeah.
you make the decision?
Okay. So my child was just almost 6 months old when I started working. That until 6 months I was doing nothing. I was just parent. I was just Rui's mother. I just wanted that tag only. While I reached 6 months, everybody like family, my parents and husband started asking whether you are preparing for your PG or are you planning to work. And we decided to work because I was not ready. I had some insecurities inside. Like I was, though I had all the luxuries, by God's grace, my life was pretty good back then, but still I had some troubles inside me, some insecurities inside me. I always have clarity for what to do in life before pregnancy, but postpartum, everything was a question mark. I was confused. So I was not ready to prepare. I don't want to put all my energy towards studying and, leave my child behind. So I never gave PG preparation an importance back then, and I decided to work. While I started working, she was very small, and uh, she never understood that her mom is leaving. And my workplace was very nearer to my house, that my parents would bring her to me and so that I can breastfeed. And that hospital was newly opened one. So we had less, though it was a tertiary healthcare center, we had less number of cases. So I had enough free time. The
Health.
work was less stressful. Work was less stressful. My baby was small enough to understand that her mom is leaving, and I had great support from my home. So everything was under my control when I started. As days passed, she understood her mom is leaving somewhere, and she started throwing tantrums. And also, as it is a tertiary healthcare center, cases started rising at the hospital. So I had pressures, work pressures, duty issues, duty adjustments. All that made it difficult. Even when my parents bring her, there I will be so very busy that I am not able to go to my child. I always believe first 2 years is the time when baby grows, her brain grows, a lot of milestones are being made. So I was feeling I'm missing out all of that. I'm not even able to breastfeed my kid. Even when my parents come and give me all sort of support, I'm unable to do that. So I was feeling very guilty, and I thought I should fix myself internally and I should work on it. And soon after my husband was doing PG that time.
Your
So
husband
soon
is
after his
a doctor, right? He's a
yeah,
pediatrician,
he's a
Dr.
pediatrician. So he was a pediatric resident back then. So, like when his PG entrance, his PG results came, that day I just resigned. Like we don't have to, he has finished his course. Now I don't have to like doing something. Let me just sit for some time and fix myself first, I thought. Then I started giving my child ample time, giving myself some time for healing. I used to read a lot of books like The Miracle Morning, Thing Like a Monk. I engaged in certain books and I started uh, journaling, which I used to do throughout my life, and I stopped after getting a baby. So I listed down all of my problems, I jot down all issues I had in life and its solutions, and I understood everything is in control. All I needed was a fix, and that was the time I started Crink. That was the time that I came to you, and we started our mentorship program, and it just helped.
How did you come to know about Crink?
During my early postpartum days itself, I knew about Crink through my cousins. Hearing their success stories, I was like, yeah, I should take it. But like I told, I was just Rui's mom. Taking a time for myself was something I thought it is something bad I'm doing. I'm a bad mother. I should be attentive to her. I shouldn't be doing anything other than looking after her for that whole 6 months. That was my uh, thought. Also, I was in a confused state, and I think we cannot upskill ourselves when we are not ready for it. And I felt I'm not ready for it. Even if I make my mind and I'll just join. There is an inner voice that is holding me back, telling me, you don't do it now. You yourself you're not peaceful with yourself. You just fix yourself. Such a mind voice was constantly coming inside me. So that was through my cousins I knew about Crink.
Okay, and
Mm.
having said that, I understand that the service that Crink provides is quite unique, right? We give personal guidance,
Yeah, yeah.
solutions, and general tips. So while guiding guiding parents on a personal level, that is how we ensure result. So the first time
Yeah.
you heard about such a service, since it's not a common service, so were you skeptical to take it, and how did you come to that decision to finally go ahead with it?
Okay. As I said, I heard success stories from my cousins. So I was like, I definitely wanted to try it. I was not skeptical about the services. I was skeptical about myself, whether I can do it, even if I get some insightful knowledge, whether I'm ready to accept all of that. Also, I used to engage in a lot of contents that is present in Instagram related to parenting, and I used to feel confused. Some I feel are contradictory, and we have a lot of information that don't suit us, but we try to fit in it. Like that, a lot of things. So I was confused, and I really wanted something really strategical, right way of parenting. I really wanted something that is curated for myself and my kid. So that was the time I thought I will give it a shot. I will do Crink.
Okay. So I guess that itself is the uniqueness that Kring is providing, because as we talk to a lot of parents on a daily basis, I also understand that everyone's situation is different. The challenges can
Mm,
be the same, like, they want work-life balance, child screen
mm.
time, tantrum. But then when it comes to the practical side, one solution doesn't fit all. So
It
that,
all correct.
yeah, I guess that is one of the successes of Kring, also attending to the personal level and guiding on the practical side.
Yeah. Also, we see a lot of traditional ways like just when child throws a tantrum, just give her a beat. She'll stop that tantrum. Just yeah, when child is crying, the people around will tell children should cry. Just let her cry. Just leave her alone. She'll be okay by herself. So I was not a person who liked such conservative ways of parenting, traditional ways. I really wanted to do something great for my kid also. So the idea of Kring was liked by me at even my early postpartum days. But it was me, I was skeptical about myself whether I am ready to upskill it or not. Not about Kring.
Okay, I get it. At times we don't trust ourselves, right? Whether we'll be able to do
Yeah.
it or not.
Yeah.
Okay, so as you said, I understand that you came with a lot of aspirations about you, about your child. So was Krink able to meet your expectations?
Okay. First, I would like to tell how Kring works. Okay. How it worked for me. So I took personal mentorship program, which was a 3 months course. I had sessions with Mariamta every week, and I would be like waiting eagerly, looking forward to the session. So each day we will first start with the like we'll discuss how the week went, what are the things I did, what are the things Louis did, and she gives me some master classes to watch and ponder and reflect and understand. And along with that, she tracked my progress as a parent, how well I did last week. And also, like we tabulate, gives me assignments and tabulate, chart, and, track, like how, for a certain situation, how I behaved, how my child behaved, what was my child's feeling, how I cracked that situation. So all of this, that was a constant process of 3 months time. So over time, whenever I have a situation, whenever she throws a tantrums, first thing will be I process it in my mind. I pause for a time, and then only I react. And I think that is the biggest thing that I got from Kring. And I would tell Kring overdone everything or outdone everything that I'm very much satisfied, and it met all my aspiration as a parent. I wouldn't tell that all day I can do all of this. Sometimes I'm drained physically and I act against my principles, but that's natural. Right?
Yes, yes, it's completely acceptable because we are all humans. It's all about, getting back on track as fast as we can, right? Let's accept
Yeah.
uh, red days of us and let's get back to the
Mm.
green days as fast as possible.
Yes.
And you were telling about like you were exposed to a lot of parenting tips online, right? So,
Yeah.
which one do you think, which guidance from us do you think like it benefited you the most, and which you feel like you wouldn't have received from the online platforms?
Like Crink is offering best, best. I don't know how to put it into words. Like the solution for me and my kid on a personal level, no. So that is just curated for me and my kid. So that is something I don't find in any other platforms. Even if we see a lot of things online, they don't match my situation. Even if that matched my situation, the solution they give is not matching with what I want. So I think that is what keep Kring uh,
Right? The
different from others.
Okay, I'm so happy to hear that personalized support was highly beneficial to you.
Highly beneficial.
And as you said in the beginning, it takes a village to raise a child.
Mm.
At the same time, some of us do have that, family support, but then some of us don't have that family support. But in either case, parents have to be equipped to deal with each situation that they are facing, right?
Yes, yes.
Um, how do you think, like, your life before Crink and after Crink, what were the changes that happened to you and Rui?
Okay. After before joining Kring, I used to react fast for things that for the tantrums that she throws. I used to not scold her, but still I used to raise my voice and ask her not to do it. And I used to don't do it, don't do this, that, like that it was. But after joining Kring, I was able to reduce my nose, limited my nose, and whenever a situation comes, before reacting, I take a moment to pause and reflect the situation, process what is happening, and then react later. And that is the time when I think of that glucose statements, and that helped me. So each session at Kring had something, some takeaways, some advices, some values that you can inculcate throughout your life. Like in the session positioning your mind, I had the my favorite thing was glucose statements. So whenever a situation comes, I think of glucose statements. And in the master class, build the bond. Acknowledgement was something that attracted me the most. And whenever a situation,
Stumbled, right? We took some time to
yeah,
it.
I took a lot of time, and I gave it a lot of effort also. I tabulated and how I reacted, I
Yeah.
should react, what was
A really
yeah.
effort that you took to master
And
that.
I remember the way, even though I found a solution, you used to guide me and tell, this will be a better solution. You try this. Like that, you were assisting me in it also. So acknowledgement was something that I cracked over time, like that 3 months time. I took that time. So even I want to go out, even like some situations comes that I have to keep her at my house. So, I live in a separate place. In such situations also, I acknowledge her properly. Mama is going for an exam. Mama is preparing for an exam. I'll come after 2, 3 days. You be with her, your grandma. Mama will call you. Mama will video call you. I used to acknowledge her properly. Even though she feels sad, she accepts it and tells, "Bring toy, you bring this, you bring that," and she sails that situation nicely. So that was the power of acknowledgement. Mm.
Mhm. So I guess you know how to rightly give her that emotional space, right, to grow and accept the situations at the same time, being emotionally available to Rui. That is the greatest thing that we need to focus on. And I guess you have cracked it.
I'm not doing that whole day or every day. Some are, as you said, some days are very red days are there. Things go out of my control, and I do react badly, which I don't really want, but it happens some days.
Nadwa, how do you think, like, in this busy life, handling a career or such aspirations along with the child, how do you see the support of a continuous mentor who is there along with you?
Okay. See, whenever,
Challenge on day-to-day basis,
yeah,
right?
when we tackle one thing, a new problem pops. It's like that. For every mother, it will be like that. I'm so sure. So even we share things with our spouse, we share things with our friends, we share things with our parents, but still some things we don't share with them. We feel like if I tell them, I am a less of a person, less of a mother who don't know to deal with the situations. Also, even if we share with people, we will not get that professional suggestion or advice because they can only tell from their experience and their knowledge. They have not done any course or something to give us a proper assistance. So I felt Kring is something that is curated for just for that personal mentorship is something that just is just curated for me and my kid, for me and my solutions. So that is what I want to tell you.
Yeah, okay, Nada. And see, being a doctor mom who is walking that path, I'm sure you have a lot of takeaways to share with your fellow parents. So, what is one great takeaway that you would like to pass
Like
on?
parenting is a beautiful journey. It is a lifelong process, an overwhelming one. We all know that. So, and it's our responsibility to raise adults of tomorrow. So I think we have to be equipped enough for taking up that challenge. We have to be personally upskilled. We have to be creating new habits and practices, some practical steps to execute our parenting goals, like personally upskilling ourselves, like attending some courses like Ring, or being personally developing, be it self-help books or anything.
It's a responsibility that we need to really get into. We cannot skip that
Uh,
role, right? To take up that responsibility. So it was very nice, Nadwa, having you here in the midst of a lot of busy schedule. I thank you for being taking out time and being here with us.
Thank you so much for having me here and giving me an opportunity to speak my heart out.
Okay, so that was a discussion with Dr. Nadwa. Follow us to explore more discussions with other parents who have made a difference in their lives.
Thank you.